Hi, Melody Campbell here, the small business guru. I am your guide to get more business. So, most people don't realize that to show up on Google, Google requires a lot. So let's take a look at this. The first thing I want to show you is Google's 200 ranking factors, the complete list. And this is regularly updated by the Backlinko company, written by Brian Dean. And he goes into all the facts right here. So you can go, these are the categories. And then in each of the categories, there's this long list with an explanation of what Google's looking for. There are more resources along this line that Google has available on their own website. And whenever they come up, they have algorithm changes thousands of times a year, 3,000 to 4,000 times a year. Most of those are super minor, tiny, no big deal. However, 3 to 4 times a year, they make a significant update to their algorithm, and then they publish a document to go with it. So web developers, SEO specialists like myself and my team, we can go in there and accommodate for the algorithm changes, because you can have a well-ranked website and go to nothing overnight with an algorithm change. But the good thing is if you know what to do, or if you're working with somebody who knows what to do, that's not a problem. We can fix that. So what we're going to talk about is, so first of all, there's a lot involved. There's more than just, oh, I'll just get a piece of software that's going to do it all for me. I'm looking at different AI software that can be used by the average business owner that's not too complicated to use. And I am going to be coming out with another video coming up where I'm going to do a review of different pieces of software and say, okay, this will work really well. It's really easy, simple to use, and it covers these things. And this is how it will impact your business. So watch for that. It's coming. But today we are going to, we're going to do an introduction. We're going to talk about 3 of the services that I said that I have. They're done for you services. But I have a course coming up, a local visibility blueprint, that I want to give you. I want to give you, not sell you, give you. I'm going to tell you about that at the end of this video. Okay, so when somebody searches for a business like yours, Google actually pulls data from a lot of sources. Your website, your Google business profile, your listings. Let's take a look. We go to let's do Wax Room Salem, Oregon. This should pull up one of my clients. So first of all, you're going to see the sponsored, all the ads. More ads right at the top of the map pack. This is one of my clients for Wax Room Salem, Oregon. She's on the first page of Google for over 500 keywords. And she's often on in the top 3 for the map pack. We do the full campaign for her. But when somebody is looking for Wax Room Salem, Oregon, as I started to say, let me read to you what I have here. When someone searches for a business like yours, Google pulls data from a lot of sources: your website, your Google business profile, your listings. So on Yelp, Bing, Yahoo, Judy's Book, Merchant's Choice, or Merchant Circle, I can't remember which it is, but there's like a whole list of, you could potentially be listed on 90 different directories. Do you need all of them? No. Some are more relevant than others, and some have limitations on the categories they will accept, so you wouldn't be able to be in their directory. Others don't allow you to be in their directory if you don't have a published address. So like your service-based business and you operate out of your home, not a problem. Google doesn't have a problem with it, but some directories, especially if they're map related, if you don't have an address, it doesn't make sense for you to be in their directory. So Apple Maps, if you're not publishing your address, you won't be found on that, because you don't want people to show up at your house, right? But Google's algorithm pulls from all these places. So it's not just your website, your Google business profile, but it's all these other directories. It used to be a much bigger impact on your optimization for search engines. It's less of an impact, but it is still impactful. And when combined with other aspects, which I'm going to talk about today, it can be super impactful. I have seen in the past, and it's been a couple of years, businesses that I've listed grow their regular customer base with just getting listed on the high profile, high authority directory listings. So if your information, your name, address, phone number, hours, description, all of that isn't accurate and consistent, the same on all platforms, and optimized to include keywords, phrases, and questions that your ideal customer asks you, or that what they're looking for before they even know who you are. So if they're like, how long does a 40-year work? Well, that kind of answers the question. How long does a work last? Well, will it last 30 years, 40 years? When they put that in, you want to be the businesses that come up here in this map path. Okay. So if they don't know who you are and your business doesn't show up in the top 3, and they don't come down here to more businesses to see all the other businesses, she's still at the top here. You don't want to show up and everybody else. You want to be in the top 3 because that's where most people click when it comes to Google. So you'll miss out on free. You didn't pay, unless you're paying to have somebody optimize your Google business profile and your website. It's free traffic. So it's not traffic that you from a paid ad, pay per click, Google ads, meta ads. It's free traffic to your website. Okay, so the first service that we offer, and we talked about the directories, these high profile, high domain authority directories. This is an example of a company that I'm doing this for. And this is what the dashboard looks like. And let's go here to business entities. And I don't have her social media connected to this because she manages that on her own, but we have her Google business profile updated. She has her business information synchronized. That means something changes on the directory, this software is going to go back and make it match everything else. And we match everything to what's available on your Google business profile, because that's what Google's looking at. They want it to go, does this match what we've got for your company? Yes. So nobody's going to go look at 8 coupons. Somebody might go, Alexa, find a cleaning company near me. And there's all these companies where your business information will be listed and kept accurate on the regular. There is opportunity for any of these directories to update your basic business information, and for a variety of reasons, get it out of sync. So let's say you have the state, well, I'm in the state of Oregon, so the state of Oregon business name registry, and let's say you have your home address in there, and on Google you say don't publish my address, but any of the other directories could download the data from the state of Oregon, and if your home address is listed as your primary place of business, it could publish that. And if you don't want that published, this will keep that from happening. The software continuously synchronizes everything. If you've moved, I had a client, still have a client. She started her business in Silverton, moved to one address in Salem, and then another address in Salem, and I think even a third address in Salem. And every time it changed, we updated it with this software, but she would still occasionally see if she went out to see all these directories where it had incorrect information. And she knew that it would be a matter of a very short period of time, less than 24 hours, where this system would come out, synchronize it, make it correct on the regular. Now she's in North Carolina, so it continues to clean things up and make things the same. No duplicate listings. Everything is always accurate and always the same. And she ranks really well in search when somebody's looking for her. She happens to have a women's resale shop. She ranks really well in all the areas because of this directory listing service. that I do for businesses. This is my entry level. I do it for everybody. I don't exclude like I do with my full campaign. My full campaign, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, I only do one business per category per area. So if I have a plumber in Salem, Oregon, I will, on that full campaign, I will not take on another plumber in Salem, Oregon. I'll take on one in maybe Portland or maybe Eugene, but not in Salem. Because I'm trying to get two businesses in the same category to that number one position for all those keywords. And how do I choose which keywords I want to rank business A for versus business B? So it's just easier for me if I work with one business per category per area. Okay, but this directory listing service, this is what I call my SEO Lite, you know, like light beer, got all the calories. This is light because it's an inexpensive entry level impact on how you show up in search. This will primarily show up or improve how you show up for the map path. So even if you're a service-based business and you haven't published your address on your Google business profile, this will still help you. Just like I showed you with the wax room, how she showed up at the very top for that one, you know, waxing in Salem. She was number one in the map pack. That's how it happens. In the top 3 is ideal. Okay, next we are going to talk about the SEO Max. I'm going to show you as a list. This is my scope of work. If I'm setting it up for you for the first time, let's see, then this is all of the work that I do in getting it set up. And then ongoing, month to month, I do it's review management, Google posts, geotag photos, frequently asked questions, listing updates, which would be like your product or service listings with great keyword-rich descriptions in the title and in the description. And that's something I work on every single month. And Google likes that information. Don't just set it and forget it. Google likes it when you're active on there and you add. So in this case, I'm adding 5 new questions and their answers to your profile every single month. So one of my clients reached out to me and said, I like what we're doing, and I'm getting a lot of these kinds of calls, but and whatever service that they do. And even though they want more of those, that's a lower priority than a different service. So they're getting too many calls of ones that it's not as high a profitability, or they might refer it to one of their competitors or to an outside vendor where there was a different service that they wanted to focus on more. So all month long, we've been focusing on that particular service. And then at the end of the month, we are going to take a look at the numbers and see, did this make a difference? Because I know it will. And sometimes it takes longer than 1 month, but I know that it's going to start to get them more business because those are the words that relate to that service that we're using. And their frequently asked questions, their photos, their posts, their services, that's going to be keyword rich in all the content that we're putting on their Google business profile. Let me show you. Here is an example. So this is an attorney, and this particular keyword is misdemeanor defense lawyer in Albany. And when he first started with that keyword and phrase, I mean, the lowest ranking he had was number 13. 14. And what this is a grid in the area where he wants to show up in. So Albany, Corvallis, in that whole general area. That's what you're looking at. That's the grid that you're looking at. So March 7th, when we first started tracking this versus May 25th, look at these numbers. So what this means is, whoops, let me bring this back out, is let's say right here in Corvallis, he's in the top 3. The ones that have the 3 with the bright yellow number and the star, this is the first month that it's showing up in number 3 position. All these other areas, it's already number 3. A couple of them are still 4, but it's getting there. This is where it started. Okay, so there's searches for that keyword. And this was the next month. This was the next month. This was the next month. and it just keeps improving month over month. The only thing we're doing is optimizing his Google business profile for certain categories so that these keywords can show up. Now, we might want to do personal injury attorney. We'll spend some more focus on that. So we can dial it in every month and have it improve. And it's very dynamic. The numbers can, you can shoot up to the top 3 and we can keep you in that range, but then you can also lose it. So you go up and down. It depends on what your competition is doing, how hard they're working at getting maximized. There are some of your competitors who aren't spending a dime on this, nor are they doing anything. They don't know what to do. Then there are other businesses, competitors, that they're pouring money into this aspect of their business because it's not an expense, it's an investment. If you make it easier for your ideal customer to find you, that's an investment, okay? So that's my SEO Max, and we're not going to talk about prices on this video because then that makes this video evergreen. I can keep it up for a long time, even if I have some adjustments in maybe this software that I'm using is going up in price or down in price. So I want to be able to be flexible with the pricing and not quote it on my videos. If you want to know more about the pricing, you can go to my website or reach out to me, leave a DM below. In fact, let me invite you to give me the opportunity to create an audit for your website. It's very comprehensive. I go through what are the things that you or your web design company do right. What are the opportunities for you to improve and how that might impact you? And I might even have some examples of some customers that I can show. Okay, the next thing is SEO Max. Let's go to the full campaign. This is not only your search optimization, and basically what that means, if we optimize, like we make all the factors the way Google wants to see them, that would be optimized so that your website and your business, so you're wanting to get the map pack. The map pack is right here, but you also want to show up down here. Like she's number 1 right here. And this one is a national franchise. This company has been around years longer than her. She's at the top. She holds the number 1 spot on both the map pack and on the organic search below that. That's because she has a full campaign. It's also an AI Visibility Accelerator. So I've had to modify my full campaign to include content because that's the biggest problem that I find that most small businesses, a trap that they fall into, is it's more like a brochure. They have maybe a picture of them and their team. They have a picture of their business or a picture of their product. This is who we are. This is what we do. Have all their services on one page because they're thinking, look, these are just the essential facts about my business. Then why wouldn't they choose me? But the digital shopper is looking for so much more. If they're going to buy a roof, they might not wait until they're like, it's leaking and I need to hire somebody. They might be planning ahead saying, okay, this is the year we need to replace our roof. We want to find out how long is the new roof going to last? What are our options? Do we have any special needs? Is there good ventilation on our roof? So they have questions before they ever make a buying decision. And so they might look for things like how to ventilate my roof. They might look for what is the life of a new roof. Is it 30 years? Is it 40 years? How do you make the warranty stick? All the things. They're going to be looking for things like that. And they already do. They look for questions or answers to questions like that before they're ever ready to say, come out and give me a quote. But it leads to getting the quote in most cases. So what happens is since Google is now full front facing with their AI, you end up having, so let's just do this as an example. If you say, how long does a roof last? Okay, that's not necessarily a search phrase with a commercial intent. Maybe eventually, but it's not one that Google considers high commercial intent. It's more informational request. So look at that. Look where it started. It started with an AI overview before it ever got to the ads. And now Google is going to be offering, when you just go to the Google search page, and I don't think I have it here. Let's just take a look at it real quick. Okay, right here for some users, it says AI environment. Okay, let's see if it actually brings up AI environment. Okay, let's see. How long does it last? Let's see what happens. Okay, it's still going to take me here. So it gives you information. And then if you notice these little chain links right here, this is going to take to different websites. If you want to get listed there in the AI results, I'll show up here, you're going to have more content on your website. So my full package now starts with including a minimum of 2 articles a month. So it could be your services. Another downfall that I see for small business owners is they have a service page with all their services listed with maybe a paragraph or 2. Sometimes just a couple sentences and a picture. What will make you more impactful in showing up in the AI overview and ranking in search results, in the map pack, and in the organic search results below that is more extensive content, a full page on each service. Now, it doesn't have to be, thousands of words. It could be, 4,600 words on the page. You can have part of it be frequently asked questions. Some of it can be your testimonials that speak to that service directly. So like if you're a junk removal company and let's say you specialize in, let's say, hot tub removal, have a lot of content on that on your page. It could be on your service page, could be on the service area. Now, service area would be like Woodburn versus Salem. A service page would be like couch removal versus piano removal. And frequently asked questions for all of it. That's going to give you more opportunity to have words that match with what people are looking for. If you answer their questions, you will show up in the AI overview. You have more potential to show up in the AI overview. And then right here, this has been around for a while. People also ask, look how this company has showed up at this question. So you want to show up in all those different ways. The only way to do that is to have enough content on your website. So that's my full package. I have a long list of the scope of work, and I will provide you with that so you know what we're working on. Some of it is set up the very first month when you get started with your account, and then other portions of it get dialed in as we go. So your page title tags and meta descriptions. So a title tag is like this right here. That's a title. That's the title of what's on that page. Right here, how long does a roof last? Title tags. Well, that's a great one because it's actually matching the exact search phrase that I use. How long does a roof last? And then, and you want it to be about 60 to 72 characters and spaces. And then you've got your meta description, which is this piece down here. You could just simply answer the question. And if that's all I need to know, then I've already got my question answered and I don't have to click through your page. Same thing with what's up here. If I've got all my answers right here and I'm not quite ready to connect with a roofing company yet, I've already got my answers. So it's almost like Google is not only a search engine, it's a decision engine. So it's like, here's your choices. And you think, oh, well, okay, I'm just going to try this one company for asphalt shingles. So you just want to make sure you show up in all the places as much as possible so that people have the opportunity to be aware that your company is in business and ready to serve them. The other thing that I would say here about this meta description is have it be something that compels them to come and see the whole page. You might say, average roof lasts for 20 to 50 years. View the different types of roofing to see how long they might last. Compel them to come and see more information so they click through and they're not just getting their answer from the search results page. And then video is great. So you want to have video on your website. You want to have video on YouTube. So I would say upload your video to YouTube. It lives there. And then take the embed code and put that on your website. And we can talk about that in a future video. One of my future videos on how to do that. Depends on the software that you're using to make your website. But we'll talk about that. But video, let me tell you, we're going to do a whole but a whole episode on how important video is for your SEO. So AI can look through your video just like it was playing really fast and know what it says. This is what the video is talking about. The words in the video are used to help rank you. What? Google is the #1 search engine in the world. The #2 search engine in the world is owned by Google, and it's YouTube. So if you're, I don't care what kind of business that you're in, if you're not doing video for your business, you're missing out on the opportunity. So there's a lot of direction we can go with that, but that's not the purpose of this video right now. So my full campaign, I have a long list. It addresses, I'll just say this, it addresses all of the 200 factors that help you show up on Google. It's not all of them every month because they don't all need to be done every month. Some of it's done the first month, and then we space it out month over month, and we prioritize what's going to move the needle the best, the fastest, and get you your end result. And we guarantee 5 new keywords every month and an overall rank increase of at least 25 positions. And, you know, in the beginning, we're ranking you for low volume traffic, keywords and phrases, because it's the easiest to rank for. And as you begin to rank for more and more of those, because you can rank for one keyword that brings in 1,000 potential traffic with 1,000 visitors, but that might be really hard to rank for because your competitors already have established position for that keyword. So if you rank for 5 less traffic keywords and maybe only get 200 traffic for each one, you're still going to get 1,000 visitors, have that impression of your website, and potentially visit your website. It's just spread out over numerous keywords. The easier they are to rank for, that are in your, they're set to attract your ideal customer, but maybe some of them don't get as much traffic. We're going to start there first. That's not a bad thing, because the more you rank for, the more you rank for, and the more highly competitive keywords that you'll be ranking for, because you've got an accumulation of all. That's just how Google works. The better you do, the better you do. Okay, if you're ready to go all in, the full SEO campaign is the AI and search Visibility Accelerator. So it's not just average results, it's massive, amazing results. There's a video which I'm not going to play for you here, but I will link in the show notes. And that's the one with the roof cleaning business testimonial. This gentleman told us, and this is a couple years old, but he told us that 50%, actually 45% of all of his leads, because he tracks every single lead. Where'd you come from? How'd you hear about us? Was a referral? Where else did you see us? 45% came from organic search. That's what I created the improvement on. Then the other 45% was, yellow pages, Angie's List, Yelp, et cetera, et cetera. So organic search was half of his new leads. Well, what was the ROI on that? He has my full package that included additional content. And he said, at the time of this video, which I think was it was either 2023, I think it was 2023, was worth $400,000 a year. What? That's amazing. Okay, 400. There was about half of its business that came from organic search. So it's a visibility accelerator. You need to be visible in AI with a link to your website. You need to be visible in search. And the landscape for getting found and visibility for your business is changing. We are on that cutting edge, and we adjust as we need to. This campaign, the full campaign, is designed for business owners who want a complete system. They want to optimize their website content, backlink strategy. So let me tell you about backlinks really quick. A backlink is a link from another website back to yours. And you want to build the number of those because that tells Google that you're prominent, that you have the attention, and you are a respected authority, which is the assumption that people make. If a highly respected, high domain authority website links back to you, that's a good sign for Google. That's part of their algorithm. So I tell people it's a lot like having a business, and you go with an airplane or helicopter, and you build your business right in the middle of the desert, and there's no roads to your business. How are people going to get there? Well, they could helicopter in, right? Even if they drove there, it might be really inconvenient because there's no road. They just drive just randomly. How do you get a map? But if you have a road to your business, it's going to be a lot easier to get people there. If you have multiple roads, like if you have a business in Salem and you've got a road like 5 freeway coming right through Salem, Oregon, that gives the opportunity for a lot of traffic to come and find you. Well, it's the same thing online. If you don't have any roads or backlinks to your business, you are going to seriously, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to keep people away from you. They're not going to be able to find you if you don't have enough roads back to your business. And Google sees all of those backlinks as roads to your business. Now, people may not go to the link and then come to you, but Google says, they have 20 other websites that are linked to them. Let's show this in search results. So that's kind of the general idea. So this campaign will optimize your website. We have a clear and powerful backlink strategy. We will work on your Google business profile. We can create AI-ready content. It could be service pages, service area pages to identify where is it that your team goes to work. Especially if you're somebody in the service industry, your location kind of meaningless because you go see your client. You want AI and Google to know you serve, all these 5 communities that surround where you're located. That the backlinks and the service area pages are going to demonstrate that. And then we might do blog posts. Blog posts are great for frequently asked questions. Just make a whole series of questions and create an image or a video, even better if it's a video, and then a text article that is going to attract Google and other search engines so that people can find you. Because initially they may be looking for questions to get answered before they're ever ready to hire you. I have dozens of clients who just in a few months, typically it's at least 6, but I've had people get to that 3 or 4 month mark and they contact me and say, oh my gosh, my phone is ringing now. From my website, people I've never done business with before. I didn't know who they were and they called me. Dozens of clients who just in a few months, we help their site go from invisible to ranking on the first page of Google for dozens, eventually hundreds of keywords, bringing in real leads and booking. These aren't just tire kickers. Some of them are. We can't control that totally. But these are people that are ready to spend money. Like with Japheth, he said $400,000. What? Big deal. Okay. Now I am going to, I'm going to come back to the content thing right now really quick. So I've had people question me about AI created content. So we do use AI to help us do our research and write the content. We fact check it. We verify that the information is accurate. And as much as we're able to, we'll tell some of the unique stories and case histories of this is how we've served our local clients, to put into that article or content so that it sounds very personalized to your business. Because we don't want it to just sound cookie cutter and generic. Some of the information is going to be, a roof is a roof is a roof is a roof, and it's going to last as long as it lasts, no matter who puts it on, if it's put on correctly. Now, I know if you're a roofer, you might take issue with that. But assuming that there are best practices, which I believe there are, and you follow the best practices, it's going to be the same. But where it becomes different is in how you want to demonstrate, like maybe how the application of the roof shingles, or how you do the follow-up and care, or how you properly ventilate the roofing. There maybe are unique things that you do. So we want to tell those stories, or we want to articulate what makes you better and different in your approach to something that anybody in that industry could do. That's how you get found. And so Google has a set of quality rating guidelines, which is EEAT, stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trust. So reviews, that helps to create a trusting environment. If they see that you have all these 5-star reviews, they're more likely to call you than somebody who has no reviews, or somebody who has 2-star reviews. So there are things you can do. So this goes through. So you could just look at EEAT Google, and it'll give you a breakdown if you want to know, okay, I can have AI write it, but I need to make sure it sounds like that you as a company, or as an owner of a company or a practitioner, you have the experience and the expertise, the training, the education, you're an authority on the topic, and people can trust you. So I've got my YouTube video from Referred Roof Cleaning here in Salem. This might make you believe you can trust me, because this is somebody that's not me, that's telling you about how well my services went with him. And so you might be like, well, maybe I can trust this person if this person can trust, because we just knew each other. We were total strangers, met through BNI. We were in BNI together for maybe a year. And then he called me and I gave him a proposal. He hired me. And this is like year and a half into working with him is when we created this video together and look at his results. So it shows that I have some expertise at what I'm doing, that I'm an authority on the topic, because wow, look at those results. And you might be able to trust me, because if he trusts me, maybe you can too. That's all. I'm only saying that as an example. If we do that for you, if we put that kind of content on your website, whether it's video or articles or service pages, where people can read it and read the stories of how you've served your clients, and they can say, yeah, it might make, I could probably hire this guy or this lady or whatever. And this is valuable to me, and it's worth it to reach out to this person. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, I want to show you one more thing, and I've got to share a different screen. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, we have a different reporting system now, but this is somebody who started working with me back in November of 2019. That was her baseline. She was on the first page of Google for 2 listings in the first position, first page 7. And most of them had to do with the name of her business. So this particular report is out of date, but it's such a good visualization, which is why I showed it. We report completely differently now, which I like the new reporting better. We go through a complete analysis of all the data that comes from your Google Analytics and Search Console. And we not only give you a list of your keywords, but we tell you what audience is more engaged. Is it the organic search audience that stays longer on your website, is more likely to convert, or is it direct traffic, or is it your paid? So you might be doing Google ads or Meta ads. Excuse me. Are you getting there? How are your visitors getting there? And from those different types of visitors, who is more likely to hire you? And how that's determined is if they click on request a quote, directions, make a phone call, fill out a form. Those are all conversion actions. Okay. And what we see is that oftentimes organic traffic is much more engaged. They're more likely to click through to your website. They are, they stay on the pages longer. They're more likely to request a quote. And this comes all directly from Google. Google tells us that. That's not me like making up a story and making it look good. No, we get this from Google. So I'm going to show you, this is a couple years later. So this is in 2023. So it's like 5 years later. And now she's on the first page of Google for first page keyword rankings, 480 keywords. 7 was her tops when we first got started. That's why that was the company that I looked up in the previous screen, and it came up at the top of the organic search below the map pack, very number 1, above companies that had been in business longer and that were franchised, got a lot of money behind it. She was number 1. Number 1 in the map pack. This is what we're doing for her. And she is the only waxing business that I work with in Salem, Kaiser, Oregon. Only 1 business per category per area. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the keyword list. Can you read it? No, because this is the entire list of all 480 keywords. So if we enlarge it, there you can see it. And we can see that, let's just say, for example, let's say for one that goes up. So this one, last month was number 13. Now it's number 9. So this is page 2. This is page 1 at the bottom, but it moved up 4 positions. And so we show an overall rank increase of at least 25 positions and 5 new keywords every month. So if we look up here, they had a total rankings gained and lost. They had a net gain of 496 positions. So some went down, but it was very dynamic. You've got your competitors trying to rank on the first page of Google, so they might bump up a few and push you down. And it's kind of trade places every few months. If you stop, if you say, that's it, I've gone as far as I want to go with my SEO campaign, you will not lose your rankings until Google has a major algorithm update. That's out of our control. I mean, that could even happen if you were still with us, but we'd be there to fix it, where you lose your rankings after an algorithm update. But if you're no longer having somebody optimize your website, you could have great rankings and then go invisible without help. The other thing is AI is changing everything. So that is going to change things much more dynamically. So we're dialing in the recipe to show up in all those places. And right now, at least what I'm hearing from the industry is that not a lot of people are doing business from AI because, so this is my assumption, and it's also based on feedback from other people in this industry, is that if you're finding it in the AI overview environment, there's a really good chance it's questioned with a low commercial intent because it's just informational, like how long should a roof last? You might be ready to buy, but you might also be 6 months out. That's a kind of question that's like preparing to buy, but not ready to buy. Or if you say roofers, Salem, Oregon, that has no qualifiers other than location and what they do, that's more likely, has a higher commercial intent. So Google's going to start off showing you the ads and the map pack and the organic search. More informational, we're going to start with an AI environment. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is the full campaign. And so so you might ask, how do I know which one's right for me? Well, first of all, let me invite you to a no-cost consultation. Your initial consultation, typically it's around 30 minutes. We can go as long as an hour, kind of depends on, if you have that availability. What I really recommend that we start with is an audit of your website. I have a form to fill out. Actually, when I start with an audit, I just give me your URL. Just tell me, Melody, You can ask in the comments below, or you can direct message me on any of my social media and say, Melody, could you audit my website? I won't charge you for it. All that I ask is that you have at least a 30-minute session with me so I can go over the information. It's very comprehensive. It's a spreadsheet with several worksheets in the same spreadsheet. So it's a Google Sheets and all these worksheets that look at different aspects of how your website is ranking. You can take it and do whatever you want with it. You can also hire me once you see like, oh, okay, this is what I'm missing. This is what I did good. This is what I'm missing. But we also talk about all the different levels. We talk about the SEO Lite and how the reputation and listing management work, how important they are. We're going to go over that, and I can tell you how it's impacted other clients of mine. We talk about SEO Max, and I can answer some of your questions is, how do you add this information to your Google business profile? The clients that I have on that package now are companies that are busy doing what they do. So they're not, I'm not saying you couldn't do this for a startup, but oftentimes a startup doesn't want to invest in that. They want to invest their money in it. They want to invest their time in it. So that leads to my course with the local visibility blueprint. I have exciting news on that. I'm going to get there in a minute. So then we talk about the full campaign, and I walk through and I show them, here's the results that I've been getting for clients. And then based on what your needs and your desires are and your budget, we pick one of the services. If you want to work with me, I would put it to work. I have some clients who are like, just do the SEO Lite. I just want a little bit of help. I don't, I'm not ready for that big push either. They're not staffed up and ready, or they don't have the budget for it. Typically it's the commitment to the budget, because I tell people there's no long-term contracts on any of those services. I probably should do that, but I don't. I'm like, if you're going to spend money on this and you're not going to stay with it long enough to actually get some good results, I'm not going to hold you hostage with contract. You'll just, I won't refund because I do my job. The next month you can cancel. But let me tell you this is what I tell every single customer. And now I think I'm going to apply it to all three. So Lite, Max, and Full, the full campaign. If you can't do it for 6 months, just wait, because you're not going to get as much benefit out of it. Because the way Google works is once you set it up, it takes a few weeks for everything to get indexed, and all the optimization that we're doing. Like if you're doing SEO Max, we're doing it every single month. I have everything automated. I upload your questions and it automatically pushes it over to Google Business Profile. And it takes a few months before, and in fact, with those, the GeoGrids that I showed you for Becker Law earlier in this video, it was 30 days and we could see results. And it was even better in 60 days. So, it improves over time. It's like an investment. It's just like if you were putting money in an IRA or in your 401k when you were working for somebody else. It's going to have high and low months, but you want to do dollar cost averaging. You want to make your investment on the regular, because it'll go high and it'll go low, but overall over time it's going to grow. Same thing with your SEO. Okay. SEO Lite is good for those that are just getting started. They don't have much of a budget. They want to get found and trusted online. SEO Max is your local SEO growth mode. So you can do it starting up, or you could do it when you're like, okay, I've not done SEO before, and I want to make the most impact for the lowest amount of money. You're going to do SEO Max. You're going to dominate Google Maps and local search. And then the third level is the full campaign. That is serious scaling. It's the best opportunity for you to show up not only in search, but in Google's AI overview results. And also ChatGPT. ChatGPT searches online for the answers to your questions, and it consolidates it and it pulls what it thinks is the best answer. Don't you want to be there? You can own your own niche, like dominate the niche for roofing, HVAC, plumbing, esthetician, hair care, skin care. Dominate your niche with a fully optimized the fully optimized digital marketing presence. So that means your website, your social media, your YouTube. Dominate your industry. Only one biz per category per location. I only work with one waxing business here in Salem Kaiser. I only work with one roofer, one roof cleaning company, one plumber. List goes on. One business per category per area. If you're not in Salem Kaiser and you're a waxing company, like you're in Albany, you're Corvallis, you're Redmond, you're in New York City, I can help you, and I'm not competing with one of my other customers, and you can dominate your own area. So if you're not sure where to start, where you want to start is with our free SEO and AI audit. With the AI audit, we're going to, like, how well are you showing up in AI? It's more focused on the SEO aspect of it, but if you have low content, we can almost tell you it's going to be hard for you to rank in AI, because AI is looking for content that it can take back to the search, the prospect who's searching. So I'm going to have links below for where you can request your free SEO and AI visibility audit for your business. What we'll do is we'll schedule a 30-minute consultation, and I'll go over it with you. Let's make your business unmissable. Let's take off that invisibility cloak so people can find you and at least give you the opportunity to quote on the project so they can hire you. And if you're ready to grow your business with smarter local marketing, here's the announcement. I am ready to do the local visibility blueprint entire course. I'm going to put it up on YouTube in a playlist. I'm going to just add one video, next video, next video, and I will give you detailed instructions on how to do the listings, how to do your Google business profile, where in social media to optimize for search engine, getting found in search engines and AI. I'm going to go through all that step by step in a video that you can come back to and you can listen to as many times as you want. I'm putting it in a playlist and make it publicly available on YouTube for free. I was actually preparing this to create it as a course that you would have to pay for. And I decided, you know what? I think I'm going to just do this for free. So you want to make sure you subscribe and follow me so that you want to hit the bell, not just subscribe, you want to hit the bell, subscribe, so you get a notification when the first and the next course video gets uploaded. And it will be information that you as the business owner can take action on yourself. Or after you watch it, you might say, I don't have time for that. I don't want to mess with it. But at least I know what she does, and I'm ready to hire her. She can do it for me. I'll pay her to do it. But at least I have an understanding of what's happening. That's what I'm wanting to do, is put the understanding. Now, that 200 factor list, I'm not going to go through that. That, honestly, for most businesses that follow me on this channel, that'll be way too technical. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I would probably recommend you to, there's a number of different SEO online training courses that you can go through. Those are paid. They're much more comprehensive, more, they're more involved. That's not what we're going to do here. But I can tell you that if you get dialed in on what I'm going to be teaching in the local visibility blueprint, you will see a significant difference in the number of calls coming in and how you show up on Google. You check your Google Analytics. If you check your Google Business Profile Analytics, you're going to see those impressions go up, and the click-throughs for a phone call, request a quote, book, ask for directions, you're going to see those improve across the board, because you're going to start showing up better because of all the attention you're giving to your Google Business Profile. That's what Google wants. Google will show you off if you are matching with what they want. If they say, get reviews, and you get reviews, you'll get seen more. Reply to these reviews, and you reply to the reviews, you'll get seen more. If you want, Google wants to see backlinks to your website, and you set up the citations that have backlinks to your website, Google likes that. Google's going to show you off more. So this is what you've been waiting for. I'm going to teach the entire course lesson by lesson, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube and publish it publicly for free. I can't wait, and I hope you subscribe so that you can get that video once I start uploading them. There's several that I'm going to be doing more like not workshop, but as a master class that kind of lead up to like what's happening with SEO now that AI is so prevalent. How are some things, some ways you can use AI for your own optimized website? All of that too. I'm in conversations right now with different brand new AI companies that are telling me, hey, I have a system that can do this. Do you want to offer it to your clients? I'm going to be talking about those things. In fact, there's one, and I'll put the link below, Opus Clip. And I'll put the link. It's going to be an affiliate link. So when you click on it, you'll get the same great price that everybody does, but I'll get paid as an affiliate advertiser for Opus Clip. But what thrilled me when I came across this, actually heard about from another digital marketer, is I can upload this video that we just created right now. I can upload it to Opus Clip. In fact, I can put it on YouTube and then use my YouTube link to upload it into Opus Clip. And then Opus Clip clips it into short 30-second to 90-second reels and shorts. So just the, the long, what is it, 16 by 9 or whatever the dimensions are. The tall video, narrow. It will clip it and it will put the captions and it'll pick the topic. So it'll take everything I just talked about here and pick out, a small snippet of information that makes sense. If it's heard all by itself, it'll add the captions and emojis, and I can choose right from Opus Clip to take each of those videos and upload it as YouTube Shorts, upload it as Instagram Reels, upload it as TikTok videos, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. And Opus Clip has an AI service built in that does all of it. I just have to approve which one I want to use. I can go in and change the headline or the hook. I can change the description and the caption, all of it. It streamlines things and makes it so easy. When I found that software, normally I do things month to month, especially when I'm trying it for the first time. Because what if I use it for 2 months and I'm saying, it's a waste. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to have paid for the year if I not already know that I'm going to use it. But the first time I used this in a 7 or 14-day trial, I was like, I'm going to use this all the time. Every video I make, I'm going to break it down into shorts and reels, and I'm going to publish right from Opus Clip, and I can schedule it. It's not just put it up all at once. So I can have tomorrow, I can have a video show up at 9 a.m., at 1 p.m., at 6 p.m., and at midnight, whatever the times are. I can schedule it all, and it just shows up, and it happens. So I can spend one day making videos and one day getting them all clipped into shorts, and then publish them and schedule when they get published so that it shows up throughout the month. It's amazing. So look for that link for Opus Clip in the links below. But I hope you subscribe, because I will be publishing my local visibility blueprint course with my local visibility checklist. So that's a checklist you can download and begin using it immediately. Like you could download it today, or be in your email, in your inbox, and you can just go through the list. And if you didn't know how to do the things, that's what the video is going to do. The course on video will teach you, how to come up with the questions for the FAQs that go on your Google Business Profile, where to put them, how to put them up there. Can you automate and can you upload it somewhere and have the software just publish it for you at intervals? Yes to all of that. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you in the course. So Subscribe, hit the bell so that you're first to know when each new video drops. Your future self and your future customers will thank you. Let's turn your marketing into momentum. One videos that I'm creating for you at a time. One optimization tactic at a time. We'll do this together. You can hire me to do it for you. You can start off with a pre-audit, do it yourself, or hire me to do it for you. But we can get you and your business more visible. Because when we rank, you bank. I will talk to you later. Bye.